Welcome to another chapter of King Harald Finehair's saga, and I'm happy to be able to have time to film these again and read my translation and give comments on the saga. And today I'll be reading about when Harald had consolidated the kingdom, and we're reading more about his marriage and his children. King Harald was now sole ruler over all of Norway. He remembered then what the great maiden had spoken to him. He sent men for her and had her brought to him. These were their children. Orlöv was the eldest, then Rørik, then Sigtrygg, Frode, and Torgils. King Harald had many wives and many children. He took a wife called Ragnhild, the daughter of Eirik, king of Jutland. Her name was Ragnhild the Mighty. Their son was Eirik Bloodaxe. He also married Svanhild, the daughter of King Eystein, and these were their sons, Olav Geirstadalv, Björn, and Ragnar Rykkil. King Harald also married Åshild, the daughter of Ring Dagson of Ringerike. Their children were Dag and Ring, Gudrud the baptizer, and Ingjerd. So say men that when King Harald married Ragnhild the Mighty, he sent 9 of his wives away. Hornklove tells it thus: rejecting the Rygs of the Isles, and maidens of Hord, and every one out of Heine, and Holge's descendants, the magnificent king took the Danish wife. King Harald's children were raised with their mothers' families. Guttorm General had water poured on the eldest son of King Harald and gave him his name. He fostered him and brought him with him to Vik in the east. He was raised there with Guttorm General. Guttorm General administered the rule of all of Vik as well as Uppland when King Harald was away. So the poem here, Rejecting the Rygs of the Isles. This points to Rogaland, the people of Rogaland, which is on the west coast, the area of Norway, the area around Stavanger. And the maidens of Hord, these are from Hordaland, which is just the western region just north of Rogaland, around Bergen. Heinafylke, this is an old name for what is roughly today called, well, it's an area that goes from what used to be called Hedmark and Uppland. Today it's just lumped together and called Innlandet, but this is the two regions on either side of Lake Mjøsa. And Heinafylke went from the areas on the east side of Lake Mjøsa, and then also actually covered west side of Lake Mjøsa, going into Biri, Biristrand, Gjøvik, northern parts of Toten, and I would think probably north to Vingrom, and probably east, including Eina, what is still called Eina, and Einafjord when you get further west, going towards Randsfjorden. And Holge in the poem, this is from Hålogaland. So he's rejecting maidens from all these important Hordaland, Rogaland, Heinafylke, Hålogaland. Hålogaland is in the north of Norway. He's rejecting important marriages to bind which is probably a much stronger strategic marriage with the king of Jutland. And Jutland is the main peninsula of Denmark. You could say, like, at this time still, these were Jutish areas, what is today called Denmark. And it's still called Jylland, is the main peninsula of Denmark. These were the Jutish areas, and this went way back. And then the Danish areas were more Fyn, Sjælland, and parts of what is today southern Sweden. And of course later they were all consolidated and called the Kingdom of Denmark. But it was roughly, going back, it was roughly this divide. Yeah, on one side he strips away, as we talked about in previous chapters, legislation that would kind of gave more power to the individual, scrapping the inheritance laws of the West Coast. This is also why all the people would rather move to Iceland than keep living in Norway on the West Coast. And also consolidating his power with strategic marriages. That's that for this time. I'm happy to be back, and I'll be posting more videos going forward.